What's going on, guys? It's MadMan Plant. We are here at Fire on the Mountain, and the event is going great. We've had so many podcasts and so many more coming your way. It's only 5 o'clock, and this event goes until 8, so we got 3 more hours. It's just an awesome event, and we have some legends in the house. We got Foster's General Store. What's going on, my dudes?
How you doing?
Glad to be here, man.
So, you guys have a cool story. First, by painting everybody's logo on your roof.
Yeah.
Then second, all the cool things you guys do at the store, but you guys kind of fall under the line of mental health and clarity. And what we talk about in the podcast is you guys did this together as a bond, as a father and son. And you also did this because you have some ailments, right? And that really cannabis works for you. So let's talk about a little bit about that.
Well, honestly, most of it started when we were just really first starting how to grow.
They want to know about how it helps you
Yeah.
I gotcha.
and your autism and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the best way I could describe that is it just, like everybody else says, it just helps me relax, slow down a little bit, and actually process stuff when I'm getting a little overwhelmed,
Yeah.
It's definitely helped me get a lot more, I guess, best way I can word it is socially easy, a lot more comfortable in social situations.
He used to not talk to nobody. He was that zombie on a couch.
No, and when we talk about autism and different mental health things, I have anxiety, depression. I also have ADHD. My son Logan also has autism, much like you, fully functional, high functioning, and even for me that doesn't, with ADHD, you can, maybe you'll share this experience. You could be in a fully loaded room and still feel very isolated and alone and out of place. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And I think a lot of people can feel that way. Now, with autism, what would you say that the number one thing that cannabis has improved your life? What is something that you've gotten out of that through experience or through relationships? How's that helped you?
Honestly, I think most of the improvement kind of came through everything else surrounding it, like the whole process of figuring out how to grow it or take care of the plant, or just learning the whole, I guess you could say, arts of how to process it and work with it. People grow bonsai trees all the time to calm themselves out and send themselves into a different headspace, and I could definitely see a very similar effect with just caring for the plants. It's kind of like a pet. They're definitely not as loud as your normal pet, but they still talk to you if you're there to
Still your
listen.
babies.
Absolutely.
And then what about you, the outside looking in, and your own mental health and clarity? How cannabis worked for you?
I was an alcoholic since I was 18 years old, pretty much, and I drank to deal with people. So once I quit my job, I started smoking weed, and I found out that took the place of alcohol. So I quit drinking alcohol 100%, and the weed just helps me socialize. I mean, I'm not a people person, but when I'm high, I'll talk to anybody.
That's awesome. I think, and that's the biggest thing when we talk about breaking stigma, is the fact that it normalizes situations, it improves them, it makes them better. For me, I personally love it. Not all the time am I, let's say, entertained by what my son's watching, but I smoke a joint, get in that mood, start watching it with them. I think the experiences that it creates is better.
Yeah,
now,
absolutely.
through your love, taking on a business is a big challenge, as any small business owner knows, or any entrepreneur. It's a risk. How has that risk, kind of helped you guys build that presence in the cannabis space?
Honestly, I can't really say I'm even too sure. We just kind of started off small, tried our best, said we were going to give it a shot, and it just kept growing.
When we started the store, we really didn't start the store to sell a bunch of stuff. In my line of work, I built power lines for 21 years. So I traveled from place to place to place to place all the time. I wanted a place where somebody could come, sit down, and have a conversation with me. I've never had that. I've never had a place where people would come in and sit down and chill, because we was always on the go.
Yeah.
So that's really what we built the store for, just an adult hangout spot, really. It just happened to work out to
What
making
it
a
is,
little
yeah.
money on the end.
Yeah.
And it's mostly what we refer to it anyways, basically just our adult clubhouse.
That's a good way to place it. Especially, it looks like a clubhouse. You know, you got everything set up now. I see all the videos you guys do, and it's awesome to see how far you come.
Yeah.
Now, talk a little bit about just the community in general. What is, you know, owning a store like as far as building the community, and how has that community kind of transformed, you know, the store in a way? Because you guys have grown pretty, you know, a lot since we, you know, we first met you guys.
Yeah, the store's great. Everybody loves the store. We haven't had no issues with the police or anything like that. We have more of our same people come in most of the time. We've got a good group of guys that come in, but every once in a while we'll get a stray in there, and they dig it. They like it. They come back over and over again just for the processing part mostly.
Now, that's a whole new thing that I'm trying to get into. I see all the cool things that you're doing with that. What is that like?
It's kind of scary because you're messing with somebody else's baby. You know what I mean? If we had to end up writing a piece of paper, like a disclaimer, stating that we're not, like, if we got your bud in the freeze dryer at nighttime and the power goes out and it gets old and black and stuff, like, we're not responsible for it. That's the scary part. Like, you get people who thinks
It's always going to be the best, or it's always going to come out the best, and unfortunately,
they think
it's not always the best to start with.
Yeah, they think just because they put bud in there, they're gonna get a good return back, but it don't work that way.
Sometimes it's just a killer surprise. You never know until you really run it.
Yeah, you know, and I think that's the benefit is that's why pheno hunting, buying good genetics, learning about the plant, you know, where its lineage came from, because that's where the money is, you know, as far as like getting the most out of the plant and being able to be like, wow, this is something I can appreciate. This is something I want to show off to my friends. You know, not all cannabis plants are created equally. Let's just put it that way. You know,
that's another cool thing is showing everybody about the solventless extractions.
Oh yeah.
You know, everybody likes butane extractions and stuff like that. Well, there's a whole new world out there that is way better for you. You know what I mean?
A lot cleaner, like you said, a lot better for you, and honestly, just a lot easier to do. At least a lot safer.
Yeah, you know, not have to worry about blowing up your house or your clubhouse. You know,
that's right.
It's like, pooh, that was not a good idea. So, what have you guys been up to outside the shop? Like, what do you guys do when you're not in the cannabis community helping people out?
It don't happen much.
Really?
We're open 7 days a week from 7 to 7.
That's dedication. It's 7 days a week.
Yeah, it's fun. It's more fun than it is work.
Yeah, well, I can definitely see with cannabis how that is.
And me and Hunter, we just go there and we just hang out. And it's
like, we've tried to take days off, be honest with you, man, and we always just still end up at the store.
That's cool.
It's just where we belong, man.
That's really awesome. I love that you said that. You know, we were talking earlier about passion and energy and the love for something and then pursuing that. And I see that with you guys. And it's awesome that you guys have such a great relationship together. You know, it's almost like you're not even father, son, it's like you're brothers. You know what I mean? Like, it's like really, really cool to see that. And the way that you just support each other and the way that you've taken something that you love and made something out of that. And that gives you that place, that, you know, that energy. And I just love seeing that. You know, talk a little bit about the energy and passion from your experience and why that's so important.
Honestly, I can't think of the best way to describe it. It's just when we first started it out, we were both really starting to just try and learn it out, I guess, to really figure out how to actually smoke the stuff. But eventually it just, like you said, it just become a fun habit. It was just a fun little time to, even if we didn't have nothing planned for the plants, just show up, open the tents, and peek at them every now and then, see what they're doing, talk about what we're planning with them. It was just fun for us to do. Came like second nature, I guess you could say.
Yeah. And I think when you deal with something that feels that authentic and just that real, and it's something that you just instantly kind of fall into, is the best thing ever. Even with me as a home grower, you know, I started with a very small 4x4 in my spare bedroom, and now it's led to a whole
Room.
platform, right? The idea that you just, like you said, you're just having fun. And I think that's the beauty, is you just don't know where it's going to take you. And you guys have been such on a great journey, and it's really awesome to watch. I really, commend you guys for one, taking the challenge as business owners, because as a business owner for a very long time, I definitely understand the struggles and the not so fun side of business, and the things that keep you up at night, and the things that really drive you. And it's cool because at least you got each other. And even with me and my wife Lacey, when you have somebody in your corner like you do with each other, it just makes that dynamic so much more solidified and dynamic.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
It definitely makes it a lot easier to handle all the stresses together. At least
Yeah, well, you guys
still
are
comes
killing it.
around, but we get through it.
Yeah. Well, as we wrap this up here, how can we support you and how can we find you guys? For those that don't know who and where to find this great store.
We are on Facebook and Instagram, Foster's General Store, and we're located in Rocky Mount, Virginia, 17191 Virgil H. Good Highway, Rocky Mount, Virginia.
That is awesome. And then, have you guys started a full on YouTube yet? 'Cause
Not yet.
you know what you should do, before we get off, is start just using your cell phone and just documenting everything that you do into a vlog at the store. I'm sure it would go viral. People would just love to be able to check in with you guys and everything like that. Because I see some people do it, and I mean, they have like millions of followers. So you document everything. I'll support. I'll like it. I will push it out.
Appreciate that.
We kind of do a little something like that every now and then. We'll usually try and go live in the mornings, show something that we got in there pressing, or something that we just recently harvested.
Yeah.
But honestly, we don't really make I guess a normal habit of it, you could say.
Well,
Just a spur of the moment type deal.
It's hard to do, man. Kudos to you for like keeping stuff to talk about all the time.
well,
I do like a live a week, and like I run out of stuff to talk about.
Well, sometimes I run dry. I'm not always 100%. There's some times where I get stumped, or the conversation, kind of dry, and I'm like thinking in my brain, okay, well, what to ask? I think it's more about feeling. And when you're like Josh Kesselman, I always bring him up because really respect him. When you come from the heart about anything, it's different. And I think you could force yourself to try to do all these things, but if you're not truly feeling it. Now, the benefit for me is I own a production company, so I do this for businesses outside of cannabis all the time. So this is what I do for a living. That's how, I know how to do all this stuff and all of this jazz. But, just like you with being in your store, my passion is being behind the camera, and producing and making content and stuff. The biggest thing is, what I recommend to you guys is, it's not about how long, it's not about any certain type of styling of how you should make your video. It's just you guys as a dynamic being authentic and real together. By just creating content of that, regardless of what it is, I think will take off, and people will really do that. And that's all just say, hey Hunter, show them what we got in the store. Bam, now put that on YouTube, and you could help monetize, and people could donate to the store. And there's a lot of great things that you could use to really drive your business through that. Even if they're not here in Virginia or even in the United States, they could still do that. And with everything and all the tools and resources, you have so much value for education and helping people know it, because then that helps you as a business sell these products, because you spend so much time educating. So, remember this, whether it's one video a month or 10 videos a month, whatever, content's content and its relevancy. So at least try for that,
Definitely.
One video a month, even if it's the dumbest thing ever, who knows, it might just go viral. That's why I took this seminar the other day about content and viral video, right? And what I found out was there's no secret recipe to a viral video. There's the algorithm is very not understandable in some aspects, and what makes things go viral, what carries heavy approaches, people, there's not always a direct answer through that.
Right.
I truly believe, like you guys, being authentic, being genuine, and inviting people into your lives will do tremendous things for you. And it's something that you could do with literally your cell phone.
Yeah.
That's all you need, and it would be perfect. So
Okay.
I encourage you and challenge you guys in the new year, 1 video a month. I'm going to like it. I'm going to share it. I'm going to post it. And I would love to follow your journey because you guys are really awesome. So,
Absolutely. Consider it done.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to set something up, man.
well, you've been challenged and people are watching. So, you know what we got. But guys, we got more podcasts coming your way. It has been an honor to sit with both of you. It's a long time coming. What I do want to do is get you on the long format and do a 2-hour session with you guys. And either I'm definitely got to eventually make my way down to the Rocky Mountain area and see you guys. And then once I redo my whole grow room / basement, I would love to invite you guys over for a dinner and to check it out. So,
Okay.
Absolutely, man.
yeah,
Hey, just let us know whenever time works out for you, man. We're pretty much always ready to go.
let's do it. I'm ready. Guys, more podcasts coming your way here at Fire on the Mountain. We'll see you real soon.